all you amazing humans out there on the interwebs. Welcome to the next podcast today. A couple of things on my heart. Number one is about some research I saw about the low unemployment rates for whites in South Africa. So if you've been paying attention out there, you would know that white unemployment rates have come down to around about, remarkably low in fact, around about 6.7%. So before any people out there, start whispering about white privilege and systematic advantages that we've had, etc., let's jump on the brakes on that narrative just for a little while, because according to the intel received, this isn't, and it hasn't been some cosmic handout that's been handed down. Well, not fully. The low rates has been a result of pure, unadulterated, spit and polish, elbow grease, getting down and doing some work with loads of adaptation, and that's the key. Think about MacGyver, but with spreadsheets instead of paper clips and elastic bands that he used to use in his movies, those that are old enough to remember. We're talking about a demographic, of which I'm a part, that when faced with bureaucracy and sort of the equivalent of a medieval siege, as it were, yes, you people, we didn't just roll over and play dead. In fact, some of the things that have been happening over the last little while is that they've packed their bags and gone and sought, that's good English, employment, international job market opportunities out there. Some people have built their own empires from the ground up right here at home. BEE initially, if I remember correctly, was trying to deal with the government or deal with the state, where all these things were crippling the whites in this country. But that subsequently changed. Here's the truly heroic part in my books, is that people have adapted. They've restructured their households to survive, and you can see that all over. It's not a privilege. It's a practical reality, and it's a TV show that's unfolding in South Africa. Survivor South Africa, the white collar edition. And what is it? It's the consequence of grit and gumption and people standing together. And I've seen it so often in many communities around the world, where people that come together stay together. So whilst the majority of the people in South Africa, particularly the black population, have been, as it were, metaphorically locked into a basement where the ANC's ever worsening, ever failing policies, where we see the unemployment rates plummeting in certain communities, the whites have somehow managed to keep their head above water. The white in South Africa, the unemployment rates are comparable to international standards. It's not just the resilience that I was speaking about. It's not that there's a secret handshake somewhere with the global economists, things are changing, but something based on a determination of the whites in this country, and it's inspiring really. When the chips have been down, they've stuck together, they've knitted together, they've made a plan, and in an old cliche, a boer maak 'n plan, né? It's like it's been like watching a tiny little hamster running on a spinning wheel, juggling flaming torches and being pelted with rubber chickens as he's doing it, kind of vibe. We've inspired each other, we've stuck together, despite this constant barrage of, well, let's just call it evil, because it actually is. It's apartheid in reverse. But here's where things get a little spicy, I suppose. How bad has BEE actually become? Well, Cyril and his team at the ANC have put BEE, Black Economic Empowerment, on, that was supposed to empower people, it's supposed to uplift people, put it on steroids. And on the 1st of September, as I may have mentioned before, they decided that this BEE needed a turbo boost. and they slapped on stricter, more damaging BEE regulations. Businesses are now forced to comply with racial quotas, racial employment targets that are higher than a freaking giraffe's ambition. You know, it's ludicrous, these figures. You just go and do a search on the interwebs to see the charts and per sector what these damaging statistics are showing us. So, you know, black, Indian and colored communities in this country of ours make up around about 92% of the population, I believe. But yet, according to these statistics, that population group need to make up 96% of the workforce. I go figure, 96%. I mean, Cyril, what are you doing? Like, you're not just aiming for representation, you're trying to ask for some demographic miracle that cannot happen. It's like trying to fit the square peg in a round hole, moving it with a hammer and realizing the hole is actually a triangle. And then the peg is now some bloomin' sentient protesting avocado. I don't know, tell me about it. I don't know really, what the heck is he thinking here? This, my friends, proves one thing to me and probably to you too, that the end goal of BEE has never been about demographic representation. That was just the warm-up bulldwang act that's been proposed out there. The real show, the grand finale, seems to be to push whites out of the job market entirely. And then what? Make all the businesses black, and then what? It's a corporate makeover. You've seen those TVs, those makeover programs on TV. It's all bulldwang. Complete demographic overhaul. And how did this little thing just sneak in? Well, distraction, like a magician, right? They distract you while they're pulling a rabbit out of a hat, the dude stealing your wallet or something like that, you know. How did they do that here? Well, EWC, Expropriation without compensation, and also the Bella Act. Classic misdirection. It isn't just damaging, it's going to be a full-blown economic earthquake in this country of ours, so ANC. And we, the resilient, the adaptable, the MacGyvers of the job market, are here to report on it with a firm view and a slightly sometimes hysterical laugh. Getting on to EWC, I don't know if you've watched the news recently, this week, in the last couple of days. We've had some privately held property in the heart of Boksburg, Boksburg, the Bermuda Triangle, Boksburg, Benoni and Springs, as hulle sê. A 34 hectare roughly piece of property is being seized for low-cost housing development in the heart of Boksburg. And guess what, people? With zero compensation. Nul op 'n kontrak. It's numbnut ANC Cyril sitting in the White House telling Trump that EWC, expropriation without compensation, will not happen. And you wonder why we get damaging tariffs that is affecting our population. But I think people are wisening up, people are seeing, and the ANC's support is plummeting. For all intents and purposes, you go and listen to the reviews out there from Sakeliga and AfriForum and all these kind of guys. Stop the lies, guys, stop the rot. We've got to stop this ANC ideology in its tracks. There are beautiful people inside the ANC, but I think all the good people have probably left already. We do not want to become Zimbabwe round number 2. This is just one of the other things that is needing much attention in our country. But it's also driving away foreign investment, and this is something that we need, but more of that another time. Guys, the ANC is a criminal enterprise that never, ever works in the interest of you and me, the public. They're trying to shackle us. Those 100 pigs at the trough, the families that have stolen R1 trillion from us, me and you, the taxpayers. What can we do? We've got to get a message out there about voting. Coming up are the municipal elections and later on the general elections, and we've got to get people into the mindset of actually giving a damn and going out and voting. The times of sitting on your hands and when voting comes along, staying at home, I don't know who to vote for, what should I be doing, there's no good party out there. Yeah, that's probably true. But I tell you what, my view as a guy freshly involved in all this is that there isn't a perfect party out there. The ANC certainly is not it. I think for the next many years, probably 8-10 years, we are going to be managed in this country by governments of national unity, a combination of people coming together, and we've got to vote those people in. My current view is the DA is one of the bigger parties out there. Give them a chance. Those and the up and coming, the Freedom Front Plus and all these other, go and do your own research on who to vote for. But vote, you cannot be voting for the ANC, the EFF or the MK. You cannot be voting these guys in. They are and do not have the best interests of you and I, the people of this country, or the country for that matter, at heart. They're there to line their pockets. They're there to buy houses. They're there to do all these luxuries in life that they supposedly haven't had before, and now at the trough of milking it. I believe a GNU kind of environment is going to be with us for the foreseeable future, but you cannot not vote. Go out there and tell the people they cannot not vote, and vote for parties like the DA, like the Freedom Front Plus, and so many others out there. Like I said, go and do your own research. We've got to make a difference. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me for this round, and see you on the next one. God bless you all.